Hello everyone, this is Shelly, and in today's video I'm not going to review any products or I'm not going to share any skincare solution, but I want to share something very important, something that I have been holding back to myself from past couple of weeks, I would say, because I had a lot of products to review and too much to cover up. So in today's video, I want you to help in identifying some ingredients and how to read the product label properly without being too judgmental about particular ingredients or a product as a whole. It's a very good thing, and even I insist that you should be self-educated and aware of the ingredients, what work for you, and how you should be identifying the right ingredients for that. I always say that. So through this video, I want to clarify a few misconception, confusion regarding certain group of ingredients. So at first I wanna talk few things on the word like chemical free, preservative free, all natural, 100% safe, all such things. And because of course everything from the nature is good for us, it is very much needed for our health, and but we do need a system, innovation, technology to preserve and store all that goodness. And this is why preservatives are needed, because without preservatives your product will go bad. It will become a breeding ground of bacteria and fungus. And imagine putting that on your face. If you have acne prone skin or sensitive skin, or in general you're gonna damage your skin, and you absolutely want to avoid that. And I feel that all because of this all natural thing, it has given rise to the DIY hacks, all the kitchen hacks. Seriously, it's my request, please do not try all lemon, tomato, potato, eggs and everything on your face. Again I'm saying, what's meant to be eaten, what's good for your tummy, don't put it on your face. These two are very different things. In the lab, when a product is made, they check out whether this certain percentage of ingredient is good for your skin or not. If they control all the potency of an ingredient, they make sure that even though the ingredient is really good, it doesn't harm your skin, because we all know too much of everything can be a bad thing. So a lab made product which is well formulated, it is more balanced, it is more stable and safe for your skin. So please do not do all these DIY hacks, and do not get carried away by the terms like preservative free, all natural, chemical free stuff. Chemicals are very much needed to preserve the goodness of the all natural thing. So there has to be a balance between both. And the next topic is the fragrance, and this has lot of mixed opinion of the people. And I through this video, I want to help you to identify what different sort of fragrance a product can have and why you should be avoiding, and at the same time you shouldn't be creating a chaos out of it. A fragrance is added to a product to mask all the bad fragrance from the chemicals or all the ingredients that are used in it, because I have used 100% fragrance free product, and I'm telling you, it smells so bad that you don't want to put it on your face. It smells terribly bad. So this is why brands, they often add fragrance to a product, whether natural or artificial, to mask that bad fragrance from the ingredients. And at the same time they make this process of using the product more memorable, more fun, and also to attract you to that particular product, so that you go again and again and buy that product and use that product, because we all know that fragrance often create a memory in our brain. So this is the purpose of adding a fragrance, but a fragrance can be irritating to sensitive skin or people who have eczema or rosacea issue. So this is why it is important for you people to identify them. And if you want to avoid a fragrance from a product, look at the terms like 100% fragrance free. The marketing terms like no added fragrance, all natural, all these means that a product may contain fragrance from the essential oil or the natural ingredients used in it. So if you are avoiding fragrance, get the product only that says 100% fragrance free, Also turn the product and see whether ingredient list contains word like perfume, parfum, fragrance. It means that it does contain some artificial fragrance. So I am personally like okay with the added fragrance, like the artificial fragrance which they add in the product, unless it is not very overpowering and it doesn't irritate my nose. And I, on the other hand, have issue with the fragrance that comes from the natural oil. Yeah, so this is just my preference and you can have your own preference. Okay, so since we are on the topic of fragrance, I want to throw some light on essential oils. Like, essential oils are used in a product for many reasons. One is that every essential oil, like if formulated really well and used in a very low percentage, they do help in your skin. They do have some function in your skincare. They help in the betterment of your skin. And for second reason why they are used is of course to mask the bad smell from the base ingredient and to add some natural fragrance. At the same time, like people who have sensitive skin, eczema issue, rosacea issue, they have to be a bit careful when it comes to essential oil. I'm not saying like you need to avoid it 100%, they are bad, but yeah, you need to be a bit careful. Like I myself, like my skin has sensitivity towards essential oil. Some products that have essential oil, they do work well, while other time some really don't work and they tend to irritate my skin. So it all comes to a really good formulation. Like even though I have some issue with essential oil, I don't go around telling people that essential oils are bad, you shouldn't be using. I don't create such fear among people because it depends on your skin type. And I always say like this is the reason why, even though I love a product, but if it has like 1 or 2 essential oil or a fragrance, I always highlight it somewhere in my video, like somewhere here, just for you people, like because I do know that there are people who are watching my videos, they may have sensitivity towards essential oil or fragrance. So I want to stay transparent as much as I can. The next controversial ingredient is the alcohol, and I have said this many times on my Instagram stories that not all alcohols are bad. Some alcohols are really good for your skin, like fatty alcohols. They are added in the product so that they hydrate and moisturize your skin. And yes, the main culprit one is the denatured alcohol. It is something that you need to be careful, especially like people who have sensitive issue, dryness issue, eczema issue, rosacea issue, or if your skin is just very reactive towards denatured alcohol, you absolutely want to be careful. Like have a good look at the product before buying, like whether that product has denatured alcohol or not. In that case, it is very, very important to check out the ingredients. But I want to say that not all products with denatured alcohols are bad. Like for example, the product from Innisfree, like their famous green tea seed serum, it contains alcohol at the top, and I have been using that product from years. It's definitely one of my favorite product from Innisfree. And whenever I mention, some of you out there, like you have like come to me and saying that Shelly, don't use it, stop using it, it contains alcohol, it can damage your skin. Like I personally find that product very hydrating in nature. It has never ever dried out my skin. And like sometimes if a product is formulated really well, you shouldn't get feared that okay, it contains denatured alcohol, it can damage my skin. It depends on the formulation, it depends on what other ingredients are needed. I'm sure that they have added the alcohol in Innisfree green tea seed serum because it helps in the better penetration of all the ingredients, or maybe to prevent the pore clogging, because sometimes I have seen that some products that contains very occlusive texture, they sometimes add alcohol so that the product doesn't clog your pore and in fact sinks in better into your skin. So again, it depends on the formulation. If the product is really well formulated, it shouldn't be a problem. But at the same time, like if your skin is very much allergic to the alcohol, you definitely want to avoid or try out the sample first before throwing your money on a full-size product. And the next term is oil-free skincare. Like the moment you see the word oil free on the label of a product, you should be expecting that the product is free from all the carrier oils. And by carrier oils I mean oils like jojoba oil, sunflower seed oil, castor oil, coconut oil, macadamia seed oil, like any oil that helps in moisturizing and softening your skin. And these oil also don't have any fragrance in them. So these are basically added to increase the moisturizing efficiency of that particular product. And checking out this term is important for people like who deal with general acne and fungal acne, because many times oils can clog your pores. So this is why it is important to check them out. And like I personally prefer the product that are 100% carrier oil free. Like even though I have dry skin, my skin does have some hit miss relationship with some oils. So this is why I too prefer the carrier oil free products. But these products may contain some essential oil, maybe one or two. Like for example, the product Cosrx Oil Free Ultra Moisturizing Lotion, which is one of my favorite product from Cosrx. It's an amazing product. It is 100% carrier oil free. You will not find any oil that moisturizes your skin. So it is safe for all the acne prone skin out there. But it does contain two essential oil at the bottom, that is tea tree oil and citrus peel oil, which is usually not a problem for acne prone skin. But if you have sensitivity towards these two oils, you want to avoid this product. So essential oils and carrier oils are two very different things. So to put it in a simple word, like to simplify things for you, if you are acne prone skin, you are avoiding oils like the carrier oils in your product, you should be looking at the term 100% oil free. But if you have sensitive skin or if you are avoiding essential oils in a product, you want to look at the terms like 100% fragrance free. So these two are like the terms which are mixed up many times, but they have entirely different meaning. And so yeah, I hope this clarifies a few things. Next thing which I often get asked or said literally, if glycolic acid is bad for the people who have dark skin. Like I have been using glycolic acid based product from years. I have been trying out chemical exfoliators from 2017, and like I would say, of course, like glycolic acid is the most potent form of the alpha hydroxy acid. It has a very small molecular size, so it penetrates at the deeper level of your skin in a very short amount of time, which can sometimes irritate people who are new to acid or who have sensitive skin. Unless like that's the issue for you, you shouldn't be like worried of the glycolic acid, because it depends on many other factors. It depends like what percentage of glycolic acid you're using, whether your skin is used to the chemical exfoliator or not, how often are you using, what products are you using with glycolic acid. All these factors does affect the final result. Like I always say, if you are starting off with any acid, let alone be glycolic acid, if you use any chemical exfoliator once in a week at night and follow up with a very calming and moisturizing products, you will never ever have a problem. And finally, like wear a sunscreen during the daytime, whether you use acid or not. Like SPF is a must in the daytime. So if you follow these 4 basic things, not with just glycolic acid, with any other exfoliator, with any other actives out there, you will never ever have a problem. So always remember that overall formulation is the key, because I'm sure like all the chemists and formulator who have all the degree, knowledge and experience in all this field, when they too like formulate the products, even though they know what they're doing, how they're doing, I'm sure the final product is not up to the mark. They do try out the product on their skin to see that how the product feels on skin, does it sync or not, does it perform to the expectation or not. So it is very very important to test out the products. Like I myself, like I do check all the new products on CosDNA analysis and also on Skin Charisma and many other websites, just to have an overall idea, and I keep these websites as a reference, like just to know what this product contains, what to expect from the product, whether it has any ingredients which might irritate my skin or not. Like, I don't make them as my source of reviewing a product. To review a product, I get the product, I try it on myself for some weeks or sometime even for months, unless I've made up my mind, and then put up my opinion on it. Like, I always have a lot to talk on these kind of topic, but I never do because I have a lot of empties which are like sitting in my cupboard waiting to be reviewed. But if you have any particular topic on which you want me to talk on, share my opinion, please do share them in the comment section below, and I would happily do that in the coming weeks. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on my latest upload. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.